flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Call meeting to order. Motion to approve the agenda as printed.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda approved. Minutes from the 6-1 meeting.
I looked through them, they all looked good, so I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's approved. General public concerns. Is anyone generally publicly concerned that's here? Anyone online, on the phone? Anybody on there?
I can tell you, I had my anniversary the 3rd,
Happy anniversary.
46 years here.
Wow. Oh, here, I thought you were talking about your wedding anniversary.
No.
Congratulations.
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
Oh, since 83, whatever that amounts to.
Well,
Time flies.
it does. No,
You're old.
You're not here yet.
no general public concerns. Your man's not here. I agree.
Claims.
Dave, you can move down to claims in the meantime.
I looked at the claims, general claims of $254,178.66, and drainage of $67,651.74.
That's what I got. Second.
First?
Rest of it, yeah.
Second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Claims approved. Peggy, is there anything else in here that we need to look at, or can I just run that in? Or give it to you and you can run it in? Sign it. Get the box. Thank you. Well,
Swap, Ben.
Ben's here. He doesn't look like he's swamped with anything. You wanna run through your thing? We're waiting. In essence of time. Oh, sorry, Peggy.
I think it's all.
So on today's agenda, I've got approved pay voucher number 5 to Merriman Bridge Construction for project BROS swap Aaron 73 for $5,419.87. This is basically the concrete encasement of South Piers.
You see they got those done?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Everything in order?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to pay the $5,419.87 to Merriman.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All set now?
Is the water going down a little then, so
A little bit, yeah. They didn't get as much rain up there as everybody did here Thursday, so they're still working on project. Dave headed up there first thing this morning. He's gonna try and figure out when they're gonna pour the pier cap. They're debating whether or not they're gonna drive all the abutment piling and just pour the 2 pieces at the same time. Staggered, so. But we're still slowly moving.
Good.
well, the temperature going slowly towards the roof.
It was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was brutal. We shouldn't have that jump like that, but the corn sure went.
Oh, it's...
high.
Aha!
There he is.
There you're on!
Right on time, huh?
Gee.
Where do you want me?
Well, the sheriff was gonna come and get you, but...
Go around back here if you want.
I could, so that'd be the first time, right?
Right there on the end.
All right.
So this is how this all went down. The other day, Steve and I were visiting, and he said something about the Humboldt Independent and seeing that we had been discussing what's gonna happen up in the courtroom and how we can disinfect without having Dave run around trying to wipe and sanitize and whatever. And he said, well, we've got this stuff that the school just looked at, And I said, well, before you give all the sales pitch away, why don't you just come and do the presentation? So that's how I got him come and do this.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is, there is no miracle cure. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Actually, these products have been tested by the powers to be in the federal government as far as the EPA and everything else. There is nothing out there that carries the guarantee to kill COVID-19. And the reason for that is because it's a new virus. So they haven't had time to go through all the paperwork and all the testing. What they did was they spread this through and gave everybody that has the feline coronavirus exemptions and kills and everything else. They went ahead and they tested it and sent it through as an approved cleaner and disinfectant. So, as far as if anybody walks in and says, I guarantee you we can kill it, then it's not gonna happen. I mean, it can kill it, but they can't make that guarantee, because the federal government hasn't put their stamp on it yet. They've just approved it through. So, that's, right up front, that's the thing you have to get embedded right now. This stuff is a disinfectant and sanitizer. Okay? The difference being, the disinfectant has to have a dwell time. So, when you put this on, this has to have 5 minutes of dwell time in order to get your log kill. So, when you spray it on, if you go in there and just wipe it off, you're sanitizing. You're not disinfecting. Okay? It does not have a residual, so that if you go in and spray a room down, you've disinfected that room. Okay? It's not gonna stay on the surface and kill anything that comes in contact with it after that, because it's gonna dry. Okay? So once it's dry, it'll help to shield it, but like in the instance of your courtroom or in here, after you disinfect this room, which would probably take about 5 to 7 minutes. After you disinfect it, then as people come up here and do their business, you can turn around and wet that surface down, wipe it down, and sanitize it. If you want to have it disinfected, then you're going to have to give it 5 minutes of dwell time. There's ways to put it on. You can put it on with a rag, you can put it on with just a pump-up sprayer. You can use this as an electrostatic sprayer, and I'll show it to you here in a little bit. I gotta apologize because it leaks. We've had this thing apart probably 40 times in the last few days. We take it out, demo it, show it to people, and there we go. So it does have a little leak. This chemical, this disinfectant, is approved in the food industry. It's hospital grade, like your ambulances, stuff like that. You can go in there with an electrostatic sprayer. You can open all the drawers up in the ambulance, in your cars. You boot somebody out of jail, you can walk in there with this, you basically spray it down, it gives it an electric charge, and then it will stick to, it'll go underneath the desks, it'll go underneath the chairs, it just puts a charge in the air. The idea of it is not to You're not at a car wash, so to go in there and say, God, I gotta get it done before I get my quarters run out, you know, that's not the idea. You gotta go in and you gotta uniformly spray this across in the area and get your coverage. And then it'll handle it from there. In the courtrooms, in the offices and stuff like that, what you're gonna have is if you go in and disinfect, you're gonna be able to do the whole room at night or whatever. That's a piece of cake. In between your visitors and your customers, what you're gonna have is, you're gonna have to basically either put up a 2-window system and spray with something like this, or you're gonna have to go down to where you're sanitizing. And then you can take a spray bottle, spray the area of where they were at, wipe it off, and you're good to go. Or even you spray it on a spray bottle, let it lay there for 5 minutes. And, you know, if they can adjust their schedules to meet that criteria, then you'd be fine with that. This stuff here, we spray our office with it, you know, usually we're doing it every 3 days, and we're doing the high traffic areas every night. Takes our guys probably 10 minutes to walk through our office and sanitize stuff and then disinfect it, so,
What was it you told me about when you picked up your pickup and the day at the...
yeah, I had my oil changed in Fort Dodge the other day at Fort Dodge Ford, and when I come out and got in my truck, they had a sticker in there that said my truck had been sanitized. And, you know, basically they're just covering their rear end because their mechanics could have it, so, you know, it's a good thing. And we're seeing a lot of activity right now. The school systems are trying to figure out what they're gonna do to open up schools. And, it's, you know, buses, you know, you can go in and hit those buses. Probably the thing to do for them is gonna be, when they drop the kids off at school, the bus is gonna need to go in, get sanitized, disinfected, and then, again at night when they drop them off, you know, same thing, so.
So you can spray that stuff on like a school bus, but you don't have to wipe it off and just leave it set?
Yes, once it dries, it's dried and you don't have any problem. You could walk in, Susan uses this in our kitchen, and, you spray our cutting board down and let it dry, and you can throw a slab of meat up there. It's approved for the meat packing industry, the whole works.
So
So,
if you spray something down for a whole week, you're not gonna get a film or anything on it or anything like that?
nope, it dries, and it dries, you know, you might start to see a little bit of tackiness or whatever, but, you know, there again, if you're wiping down the surfaces, you'll cover that.
You spray in the cars, like, will it be upholstery, will it get gummy on the upholstery?
This will actually, you can do that, you can use this to disinfect the carpet. And, you know, we use it in our offices. The only thing the secretaries complain about is if they've got sheets laying if they've got pieces of paper laying on their desk, and we sanitize, when they come in the morning, the sheet will look like that.
No big deal.
It'll turn it up, just because it got wet,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, that's,
But
but,
doesn't have upholstery or leather or
nope,
any of that?
nope.
Okay.
So the availability of the product, I see you had it in the tote 55-gallon drum. I mean, I'm assuming the more you buy, the cheaper
Yep,
the rate is, and...
yep, I've got your price sheet here that'll go over that, and it's got a couple of the different sprayers that, you know, I mean, we've got guys that are just using, you go out to Baumgart's and just a hand pump sprayer and go in and work with it that way too, so. The nice thing about this is you get the arm, you know, we'll spray that chair here in a little bit, and you can see what it'll do, but,
Basically, like even a mosquito fogger would do the same
Yep.
type of sprayer.
yep, that's
But the ideal thing for this is... you
What's
don't
that?
have it-
What's it made out of?
Yeah.
This stuff, they've got all the,
The glasses are coming on.
oh, yeah. And I can't even probably pronounce half of the things that it's made out of, so, I'll probably not do it justice. I gotta look for my, there it is. Chlorine dioxide, and that's not to be confused with chlorine like a swimming pool. This is not a bleach. And nor will this stuff have a,
Does it have a smell like bleach?
No.
So that's why I ordered.
No.
I've used it, I bought some.
Have you?
Yeah, I
it-
bought some, yeah, so it has no smell, and I've actually, after it dried off and everything, and prepared like a meal or whatever, and you can't,
Yeah, you can use this as a deodorizer also. Now, when we went over to Bettendorf, Hotsy flew in a couple people, and they got all the Midwest distributors together over there. And the guy that did the demonstration, I don't know what he drinks or whatever, but he took out a bottle and he said, you know, he says, how many people are afraid of disinfectants? And everybody kinda raised their hand at, you know, your claims and everything else, and what you can do, and how safe they are to the people around them, because you do get some of them in there, like the clots and stuff, that I wouldn't wanna breathe it, you know, and then the bleach and everything. He took the bottle, opened it up, and took a drink out of it. And he says, I have zero, he says, I've done this demonstration probably 100 times in the last year, and he said, I haven't died yet, so. I said, well, you shouldn't, I said, you shouldn't get the flu either, so, yeah.
oh my gosh.
But, this is, and it's got a list, it's everything, it's the HIV, it's the all the flus, you know, it works on all that stuff, so, it does do a good job, and we've had very good luck with it. Everybody's concerned about the residuals, you know, you talk about, I mean, we've had cities talk to us. I talked to the city of Clear Lake, and they're just in an uproar right now. Their tourism is going, you know, and so they've got restrooms, and they have to go in and clean them every hour. They have to go in and disinfect them, and they're worried about the manpower to do that, go in and lock the bathroom down for 5 minutes and everything else. And I said, really, if you use this stuff, you can go in and spray the bathroom down, walk out, and it's gonna air dry, and you might wanna keep people out of there for, if they walk in and sit on the toilet or whatever, it's not gonna affect them. This stuff, you can get it on your skin, you can, it's not gonna affect your eyes, you know, it's not, when you breathe it in, you don't smell it at all, you don't get any burning in your throat or lungs or any of that, so.
Steve?
Yep.
Does this come, whatever size container it comes, you get it in, is there any mixing involved with this, or is it a ready-to-use product?
If you wanna go to sanitizing, then you can take this stuff down as far as like 9 to 1.
Just the sanitation?
Yep. So, even in your hallways, you know, you can go in there and put that in your mop buckets and do your floors and not have any issues, and still get your kills.
But to use it as an electrostatic sprayer or whatever, you would not dilute it then?
Nope. Then you're gonna use it straight, because then you're gonna try and disinfect with it.
Steve, is there any foam buildup?
Foam? No. When you do the surface, I know, poor salesmanship, isn't it? This is the only spare we could get.
Really?
Yeah, these are made in China, of course. And, apparently they were using them.
Oh, well, good.
So, but, that's your product on there. And if they make, they're called, water test papers, and so you can go around the office and you can put them under the benches and everything else. And this stuff it actually just wraps around the material that you're doing. And that this thing right here, it's got 3 settings. It's got a fine mist, which is, you can use that to, let's say we want to spray this desk down and just sanitize it. Okay, you can use the fine mist, spray it down, come back and wipe it all off, and you're good to go. That's the finest mist. The middle one is where you'd get your disinfectant. These are actually, the 3 settings are made so that it's the dwell time is what they're going for. So the first nozzle is 0 to 4 minutes. Second nozzle is 4 minutes to like 8 minutes. And then the next one is 8 to 12, 13, you know. That shoots out pretty good, the big one. I mean, it'll get things wet. But if you're gonna wipe it off and just sanitizing it, it does a good job that way, so.
So with this container, roughly what could you do?
This whole office.
This room, and then it'd be close to being empty, half empty?
It'd probably be, if you did this room, I think this thing will do 400 square feet.
At that light setting.
In the middle, so, yep.
I was just trying to figure out what we would do in the courtroom for...
They do make it's a bigger one, and it's called a hurricane sprayer, that you can set that. You can just set that in the middle of the floor in the courtroom, and you fill it up, and then you start it up and walk out of the room and let it run for 10, 15 minutes. That one is a plug-in, yep. This is battery, yep. It's got I think it's what is it, the 16.8, which is not, you know, but,
How long will the battery last?
this thing will last 2 hours of,
Constant.
continual spraying, so.
But for like our, like the treasurers, the auditors, whoever's office, we could just use a hand
Yeah.
and just spray it on like that. I mean, these things aren't cheap and they're a little hard to come by right now.
Yeah, you can use the little hand pump-up sprayers that you got out there, you can use...
Squeeze bottle.
Yep, that's exactly right. Actually, the quart bottles come with a squeeze deal for each quart, so... But, yeah, and like even for you, Dean, down in the jails, it's a quick turnaround. And the other thing is the cars. You know, I mean, you've got people you're putting in there that have been around anything and everything, and for the safety of your people and their, you've got it covered, so. But, I'll hand out some things for you that, these are, that's the label for the product. There's the MSDS sheet for the chemical. This is basically a sales sheet for it. This here is for those of you that don't know, Karcher is a German company that, they actually own Hatzi. And, so we're able to buy a lot of their products that they sell. This here is a spray cart, and it shows you on the back, they're a little spendy, they're about $2,000. But as far as going in and doing offices and stuff like that for your janitorial people, it would definitely help, so. But like I said, there's a variety of different ways to apply the product, and there isn't any way that's really wrong. You're spraying it on, if you get too much on, that's the worst case scenario. You know, I mean, but in comparison to, like, everybody knows what Lysol is. And Lysol has a 99% kill log. Okay, this product has a 99.999 kill log. And basically, in layman's terms, this product is 100 times more efficient for a kill log than what your Lysol is. Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny, after we got into this business and started working more in it and everything else, I watch people. You go into a restaurant to eat, and the waitress walks up, sprays the table down, grabs her washcloth and wipes it all off. Okay, she sanitized it, but yeah, that's exactly the point is, you gotta go back to, where's that washcloth been wiping? What all's it wiped? What's on your surface? If you take like the sanitized wipes that you can pull out of it, you got a better chance of getting the flu, I think, after you use one of those, than as to not use it. Because those things aren't saturated enough. Now, there are companies out there that have them that actually put more product in there, and they're actually really wet when you pull them out. But if you, let's say you put that in your hand, and everybody's hands shaped the same way, and you take that and you go like this, with your fingers up and you're wiping, everything that's in the middle of that, there's nothing getting touched. So that's the downside of that. Now, like I said, if you turn around, come back, spray that on there, and do a good job of wiping it down. After it's been disinfected, then you've got a better chance of controlling anything that's out there.
They're like keyboards to computers and stuff for that.
You could walk right over there and spray her computer. Mine gets it every night, the keyboard, and the whole works, so.
I like it.
Yeah,
Would it be better to buy that in a 55-gallon drum and...
disperse it out. You can,
Something you come and put a pump on it?
you can get it in 55s,
Yeah.
and you can get it in 15-gallon drums, and there's 5-gallon buckets, there's 4-by-1-gallon jugs, there's 6 quarts in a case.
But it's cheaper if you buy
Yeah.
bigger.
Yep, it gets cheaper as you go up, of course.
Maintenance shop down here, they've got it for the courthouse, you've got it for the jails, when you come up, fill up a gallon jug or whatever.
I'd like to see it home. Down there.
Yeah, it's easy to-
Because you'd use
Use a lot.
We use a lot, yeah.
How do you get it out of the 55 drum?
Just a barrel pump.
It's got a pump on it?
Well, they have a self-siphoning barrel pump that you pump it 3 times and then it'll start to empty it out.
Okay.
But anything for like you guys and for the ambulance crews, any solids that are on the surface, what I would do is I'd come through, spray that down first and wipe that off, because if you just spray it on there and then do it all at once, anything under that isn't getting attacked. So your surface needs to be cleaned,
Sure.
you know, of any pieces or debris, yeah. Yeah, there you go. So
what's the availability of the product? I mean, I know you said these are hard to come by.
The product we have.
You have product?
Yep.
But as it becomes more known, the school has purchased a bunch.
It's
gonna get
getting,
harder to...
it gets tight, there's no doubt about it.
Is this stuff made in the States, or is this come from...
This stuff's made down in Florida. Yep.
Which is good. And this winter, you know anybody in the trucking, I'd be willing to go to Florida and pick stuff up.
There you go.
You probably wouldn't come right
I'm
back.
not right back, I'll be back before it got really too warm.
So you said the courts, they'll have a sprayer on it,
Yep.
or...
Yep.
That's what I use. I got one for each one of my kids and myself, and that's what I use. My husband is repainting my bathroom today because I was using bleach water and wasn't being careful. And I got bleach spots on my paint, so I love it. I use it all the time.
It's nice, like in the showers and stuff where you know, you don't have to go in there and spray everything down, rinse it off. Toilet, rooms and everything else, sinks, it does a
I
good
can
job
see
that way.
Jana with the amount of people that come in there and her be able to spray it and
It's a time saver too.
not have to go wipe
You
it.
figure the labor that it'll save?
You said 5 minutes contact time?
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Does this have a quicker drying time, or just like standard water, how long is it supposed to dry?
It really is about like water, you know, that's why they run the different nozzles, is you're gonna put it on a little heavier for the 5-minute dwell time than the 4, you know, but, yeah, but I mean, the biggest thing is for a lot of these products, if you're using them on your countertops and everything, you worry about somebody's coffee cup sitting there, or somebody's plate, you know. I took this home and used it when this stuff first started coming around, and I just opened up all the cupboards and sprayed in there, you know, and...
Did you get the look?
Go to work. Oh, yeah, I get the look all the time.
Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, now I gotta clean all that out. But, I use it on my dog bed. You can spray it down, it'll go after, Fort Dodge Labs uses this in their animal department. And,
Have they been using it like for years?
they've used it probably for the last 8 months.
I was wondering how long it's been being used in these meat packing industries.
This has been around a long time.
Mainly like for hog industry or what?
You can use it in the hog industry, the dairy cattle, that, of course, that industry's taking a beating right now, but, the company that's associated with us had all kinds of, they had...
Because, I mean, this isn't something new that has
No.
come out since coronavirus,
No.
it's been out there before.
This is, to get all the certifications, you just don't walk in and hand them a bottle and say, okay, here, this'll do this. It's a year or so of testing and all that, but no, this has been, I can't tell you 20 years, but I know they've been around for a long time, so.
So if we wanted some, we could have it today.
Yep,
This one.
yep.
Well, I think that's a wonderful description of, sounds like a very usable product.
Well, and they're local, it isn't like Oxy, just
No.
drove in last week.
And I'll bet you even know where Steve lives.
I think I do.
No, we know that, yeah, the guy that presented all this, he
There you go.
can't ride off out into the sunset.
I'm moving this week, but...
Yeah, right.
Well, I guess I appreciate the fact that...
Yeah, thanks, Steve, that way everyone involved has the description of it.
Well, I think the biggest thing you're gonna see is you're gonna see a labor savings.
Yeah.
I think that, first off, you can put a bottle in each of the offices, and when somebody comes in to do their business, they've got a way to get it attacked. And if you're lucky to have two windows, you can rotate and get your 5-minute dwell time if you want it, you know, and...
It's a scheduling thing, we just have to
Yeah.
schedule accordingly.
We just put a 30-minute appointment,
Sure.
2 people are in there, it's fine, they're gonna be hard, but
Like that.
Otherwise, it gets really-
Divide your counter with a piece of blue tape and then disinfect one side back and forth.
Well, they also make a, yeah, here's the other
Here's
thing.
the Cadillac of the jail.
No, this is the cheapest part of the whole deal. Yeah. My girlfriend she hates doing windows, okay? And so Karcher, in all the products that they have, I mean, they have floor scrubbers, everything. You can get the walk behinds, and this stuff can actually be put on with a kit onto a floor scrubber. But, I don't know how, money-wise, how that works out, but anyway, they make a little product, and it's about the size of this thing, and it's got a squeegee, and I think it's 10-inch squeegee. You can spray your windows, and then take that squeegee, and take that window cleaner. Yeah. You can take that off there, and it's unbelievable. But the nice thing of it is it also works on the countertops. It will you can spray this desk down, take that thing, and it'll just, as it squeegees it down, it sucks it up, puts it in a bottle, you take it out and dump it out. So, they're about $100 a piece, 100 and something a piece, they're not too bad, but...
1995, you'll double your order.
Yeah. That's right.
Make it 4 easy, family.
Yeah. And you get the, fishing pole, but...
Extendable.
Yeah. So, but anything you got, if you come up with some questions, if I can't answer them, we can call right to the company and they'll work with us. We made about 5 phone calls to them on Friday on different things but, you know, like I said, in your parks departments, going into your bathrooms at the campgrounds and stuff like that, your secondary roads guys, if they're, jumping trucks, seats or whatever, if you've got a policy in place that, they can go and spray that and go, so.
I have a question. I clean the bathroom about every day. They say clean, then use that.
Yep.
After
I would, just for the simple fact that there's any residue on like the toilets, the sinks and stuff like that, you wanna get that
Still want to
clean.
clean.
Yep, yep. But, you can turn around and spray that back in there and shut the door and walk away.
Did your shipment of these come in?
It's supposed to be this week that they're hitting the States, but the Hotzi distributor in Texas ordered in, I believe it's 600 of them, something like that, and I think they're right at $700 a piece. So, but this is, if you watched any of the news, over in China, they were using you've seen them coming out of the airports, and their guys those were the big portable ones of these. Electric sprayers, and so, but like I said, you don't have to go to that is, that trouble. You can do it with a spray bottle and get, your kill's not gonna be affected. Your coverage might, doing these chairs and stuff like that. But coming back to it is, for you guys during the day, basically it's your touch points. After you have the room disinfected, you're basically gonna try and get your touch points, the doorknobs, the pins, the countertops and stuff like that, so.
Like your handrails and stuff, you
Yep.
just walk down and just spray it.
Yep.
You don't have to wipe them down.
Right.
So if we're listening to the demonstration, we get a free, is Bill on that idea or no?
Yeah. You get free literature. Oh, literature.
Well, we'll call Bill later and negotiate that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. That was very good.
Like I said, if you got any questions at all, don't hesitate to call, and, if we don't know it, we'll find it for you, and
Is there a charge for that, Steve, or you just plug it in?
yes, you just pop the battery out of it and put it in a charger, just like a DeWalt cordless or whatever, so. Yeah, that thing in the last month's got a few miles on it. and
It does.
It,
Can you get like extra batteries then and have one plugged in all the
yep,
time?
yep. I think the charge time on it is 2 hours. I think that's right where it's,
Is that lithium battery or?
Yep. yep.
Oh, sure.
Well, thank you, Steve.
You betcha. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Yep. Take it easy.
Thanks, Steve.
You bet.
Thank you, Steve.
You bet.
Yeah, like,
Be something that if we went with like 15 gallons at least, try it, and see how it works before you go buy a 55-gallon drum. I mean, I know Keith and Dick have been very busy selling it. This man time of not having to have somebody go wipe it
I have a
down.
quarter size, and a spray bottle, and what I do is after I get done, I just spray everything down. I never tell Leon that I did it once I forgot.
Don't go walk in there and...
Well, there's no official action on that, or is there?
Yeah.
Well, what would the action be?
How I could go ahead and purchase some, get it going, I don't know. If that's what we wanna do.
I would make a motion to buy some. I think I've used it, I've been using it for probably 3 weeks now, and it's really a very good product.
Are you just using it in a
I'm
spray
just
bottle?
using it in a quart spray bottle.
Yep, that's what I just asked Deanna.
Yep, that's all I do, is I just go around and I let it sit. It takes a little over 5 minutes for it to actually dry, but
If we did something like that,
but after 5 minutes, it's disinfected.
you could go with a smaller quantity and just try it, see how
Right.
it works, see what the, I mean, I don't know, doesn't make any difference to me, but you do like a 15 or 5 or a 15-gallon container of it, try it, put it in spray bottles, and then once we have to go upstairs to worry about the courtroom,
Right.
then maybe we are
My
using
thoughts
one.
are, that little green thing from China makes me a little nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to, in the dairy industry, we had foggers. Same
Right.
thing, you plug them in, and, I mean, you'd fog this
Oh,
room in
yeah.
about 3 seconds, you could fog this room.
And then the tip got plugged, and then
No,
that didn't
no,
run
they
right.
worked pretty good usually, but they were plugged into the wall, and you could kill every bug in this room. I didn't know if we should explore maybe a different applicator, just a thought.
Cause it,
Yeah, but they don't cost that much.
No, they're not $700.
No.
They're, you know,
but like Sandy
I don't know if
said,
they're available even though.
she's using a low-tech spray bottle, and you can set it to a mist and spray it and
Right.
walk away, so it's not, that's its own thing, the
Right.
applicator is its own thing.
That's right, but I like the product sound, the product sounds.
Wait,
So
we have a motion on the floor, not a second.
Okay,
But we have
Okay.
discussion going on.
so, do we have a first from you?
Yes.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Dave, the discussion being, it's a good idea.
I like the product.
Yes, I do too.
Let's get some and try.
So like, are you, you wanna put that in your motion as to how much you wanna purchase, or are you just gonna go with what you thought?
Get some for the jail and some for the courthouse, start
I
there.
would think
Means,
I'll probably get my own. Try it.
We'll get you rolled.
on your budget.
Would you get back to us and let us know, I mean, seriously, would you let us know how it's...
I like the idea, 'cause we have exercise time 2 times a week, and the jailers, when they're out exercising, the jailers can go in there and spray down,
Spray down.
spray
Yep.
down, and,
Yep.
I mean, it just makes sense.
Sounds
Very
very
well.
simple.
Yes.
means,
Yeah.
we have, you know, Dean's has his own department, Ben has his own department. You can do, as obviously, you heard the discussion.
Yeah.
But means we have,
A case of the quart size for us.
There you go.
And his shop's got their bottom.
We have Dave, we have Peggy, we have Janet, Linda. Courthouse-wise, how much do you think would be an applicable amount?
15 gallon would try it.
Dave?
Yeah, I'd probably go with a little drum, 15 gallons.
And like Bruce had mentioned, you can certainly buy more.
Okay, I'll say 15 gallons.
Second that.
Okay, any further discussion past that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're gonna try 15 gallons.
So what do you think of it? Yep. Check into them dairies.
Yeah, I think if anybody knows of any type of,
I got an outlet to check on some other methods of that fogging electrostatic application, and like you said, something.
yeah, 'cause I could see where that little battery operated fogger, even if it was a plug-in one, it'd be a lot better than a little spritz bottle for big areas.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Once we get the
Like
courthouse
courtroom.
going.
Courtroom and
Yeah.
bathroom.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you just go in and- yes, sir.
From that.
Perfect.
Used to use a modified.
Oh, electric spray gun.
Yes.
No.
Did you get it fine enough, Did you get it set to it fine enough?
You're a man of cool.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, spray it close.
Yeah, I have a little Wagner sprayer that worked real good until it got plugged, but that was 'cause the paint got,
That's the nature
but
of
with
it.
this stuff, liquid, it probably wouldn't plug so much.
It would be very useful.
It would.
It works for us.
You can just see the spots that,
I know.
I mean, it drives like it was,
Yes,
Yeah.
like you put, finish on it.
Yeah.
well, I'd say we're good with that. Thank you, everybody, you got this firsthand knowledge of that.
You should let Todd Lee know too.
And,
Yeah, 'cause the
He
campground.
was invited today, and he sent a note, he had a doctor.
Had a doctor, something, I thought he was there.
Be great for the
So,
campground.
I can send the information to
Yeah.
him that we got.
Yeah, you got extra information, you can have this.
Okay, that's the area.
Give it to Todd.
Okay.
I suppose we're all to go to Kansas?
yes,
I'll second it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Board of Canvassers.
No.
You don't think, do you have any other miscellaneous signage things to sign? Across my desk. If you do, holler. Okay. You can handle that little disinfectant stuff on your own.
Yeah, I'll talk to Steve and just get our reports ordered.
Good talk. Yeah, perfect.
Kids tell me that. We're not coming here up against the wall, we don't know what we're gonna do until they say, well, this product is really got a good sound, good report, so I said, well, might as well come up with it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dave.
You bet.
I think it's good.
If anybody comes up with the method of application of that, you know, sprayer,
Yeah.
fogger, mister, whatever.
Go ahead.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. There are 10 precinct reports. We're gonna read from here instead of from the tally list, because this is a lot cleaner, and these match exactly to what the tally list
Okay.
says. So it's got, the offices, just, I ask you when you read it, it doesn't put all the Republicans together, and then all the Democrats together, it does the offices together. So if I have to, I'd rather do all the Republicans first, and then do all the Democrats, instead of having to go
Back and
this
forth.
book, this book, this book, this book, back
Gotcha.
and forth. If that,
So you're gonna do all on one sheet, and then we'll be done, and with that sheet, and then we'll go to the next, do all
no,
Republican, Democrat?
because like, this is the Republican office, this is Democratic, this is Republican, you just have to watch the titles at the top.
Okay.
So why don't I give one, each
Care
one
if I
of you
mark on
one?
these?
Yeah? You don't mark on them.
Don't mark
Okay.
on them.
Well, it's just a little
These
check mark.
are our finals.
All right.
Unless you have a pencil and I can erase them.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, thank you for asking that.
That
These are my finals, guys, so take one more, and...
All right.
mercy.
When you realize the hours and the time that it takes to go in to just get this far. Yeah, so,
There's one.
if you missed something, I will tell you that you missed it.
Sorry.
How would you
All right,
like
so
us to handle this?
if you look at your printout, you see the first office is U.S. Senator, Republican Party. Next one down, it says U.S. Senator, Democratic Party. That's the two different books that I have.
Okay.
It's easier for me if we do all the Republicans first, and then, or Democrats, I don't care either one, just so I know.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna need to know how many votes the person on the ballot got, 'cause their name is there, and how many write-ins there are. I don't need overvotes, undervotes, none of that stuff, just,
So where's the precinct, are we telling you that, or you know?
yes, up at the very top, it's in tiny, tiny,
Tiny print, there it
right
is.
across the top, yeah, I'm sorry, that's how the computer does that.
out
Yeah. We don't get a choice on that, that's just
North
how
Lake,
it prints.
East Vernon. Rick, take your pen, put the,
I'm gonna put my pen in the drawer.
oh, yeah, take the marker and put it inside, don't you?
Pencil if you want.
No, I'm good. I was just asking, so, 'cause
Oh, this
He
is-
doodles a lot, I went,
Yeah.
well, I look over and he's doodling.
I'm always taking the little notes.
So Peggy, are the absentee, is that separate from all the other ones then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's, okay, I was looking for, okay. I was looking for a,
Were you starting there?
I could start.
And I got one more question.
Okay.
If they have zero, like, when you get down to these, they've got zero, they have to read their name and say zero?
Yes,
Okay,
that way I know I recorded it right.
all right. Okay.
All right, I'll give this a shot. This is, for, the precinct is Humboldt 2, Beaver, South Norway.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the Republican Party, U.S. Senator, Joni Ernst, 38, 0 write-ins, and you don't need anything other than that.
Nope, doing good so far.
Okay. U.S. Representative District 4, Republican Party, Randy Feenstra, 19, Steve King, 15, Stephen Reeder, 2, A. Richards, 1, Jeremy Taylor, 5, no write-ins. Let's see, Representative District 4, or excuse me, State Representative District 10, wrong line. Republican Party, Mike Sexton, 36, no write-ins. County Auditor, Republican Party, Trish Erickson, 23, Chris Friend, 14, Cody Lawman, 5, no write-ins. County Sheriff, Republican Party, Dean A. Kruger, 37, write-in, 3, and that should be the Republican Party on that precinct. Now we'll go back and start with the Democratic Party. For U.S. Senator, we have Michael Franken, 3, Kimberly Graham, 5, Teresa Greenfield, 4, Eddie J. Morrow, 1, no write-ins.
Cal Wood?
Cal Wood, 0, excuse me. Skip Cal, 0 votes. U.S. Representative District 4, Democratic Party, J.D. Schulten, 12, no write-ins. State Representative District 10, Democratic Party, no candidate filed, 4 write-ins. County Auditor, Democratic Party, no candidate filed, 1 write-in. County Sheriff, Democratic Party, no candidate filed, 1 write-in. That concludes that sheet.
Very good, that's pretty good.
Okay. Moving on to,
Now we got one question, he did good.
Elena Wakusta, North Rutland Precinct.
Okay.
again, starting with the Republican Party for U.S. Senator, we have Joni Ernst with 20, 1 write-in. U.S. Representative District 4, Republican Party, Randy Teenstra, 2, Steve King, 16, Stephen Reeder, 0, Brett A. Richards, 0, Jeremy Taylor, 4, write-ins, 0. State Representative District 10, Republican Party, Mike Sexton, 21, 0 write-ins. County Supervisor, District 4, Eric Underberg, 19, write-in, 1. County Auditor, Republican, Trish Erickson, 7, Chris Friend, 5, Cody Lawman, 7, write-in, 0. County Sheriff, Dean A. Kruger, 20, write-in, 1. So then going back in the Democratic Party, same precinct, we have, excuse me?
That should be everywhere. Oh, you got 3 of them.
Right, I have the Democratic, we did the Republicans, now we have to do the Democrats.
You just did.
No, I did
Oh,
the-
I'm sorry. You're right.
Am I-
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just following my protocol.
Yeah.
So we went Republican, now I'm going back and do the Democrat. Same precinct, Delana, Wakusta, North Rutland. U.S. Senator, Democratic Party, Michael Franken, 1. Kimberly Graham, 1. Teresa Greenfield, 2. Eddie J. Morrow, 0. Cal Woods, 0. Write-in votes, 0. U.S. Democratic, U.S. Representative District 4, Democratic Party, J.D. Schulten, 2, 0 write-ins. State Representative District 10, Democratic Party, no candidate filed, 0 write-in votes. County Supervisor, District 4, Democratic Party, no candidate filed, 0 write-in votes. County Auditor, Democratic Party, no candidate filed, 1 write-in vote. And County Sheriff, Democratic Party, no candidate filed, 1 write-in vote. And that concludes my sheet.
Do you want to have anything next?
You can.
We have to leave still?
Dave?
Okay, I got, South Lake and North Norway.
16 bottles of weed.
Ready? Okay, U.S. Senator, Republican, Joni Ernst, 7, write-in, 1. U.S. Representative District 4, Randy Feaster, 4, Steve King, 1, Steve Reeder, 1, Brett Richards, 0, Jeremy Taylor, 2, write-ins, none. State Representative District 10, Mike Sexton, 8, write-ins, none. County Supervisor District 5, Dave Lee, 8, write-ins, 0. County Auditor, Chris Erickson, 4, Chris Friend, 2, Cody Lawman, 2, write-in, 0. Sheriff, Republican, Dean Kruger, 8, write-in, 0. Okay, the Democratic Senator, Michael Franken, 0, Kimberly Graham, 0, Teresa Greenfield, 0, Eddie Morrow, 0, Cal Wood, 0, write-in, 0. In Democratic U.S. Representative, Schulten, 0, write-in, 0. State Representative, District 10, Democratic, no candidate filed, write-in 0. County Supervisor District 5, J.D. Myers, 0. Write-in, 0. Auditor, no candidate filed.
Write-in?
That should be a sheriff.
Write-ins under...
Any write-ins on that?
No write-ins, and county sheriff, write-ins, Dean Kruger 8, write-in 0. That's Republican. Wait a minute, Democratic Party is nobody filed, and no write-ins. 0. Okay, on this one would be Cornet and South Weaver. Ready? U.S. Senator, Republican, Joni Ernst, 63, write-in 0. Undervote 1.
Don't need undervotes at all.
Okay. Representative, District 4, Randy Finster, 19, Steve King, 32, Reader, 3, Richards, 3, Taylor, 6, no write-ins. Representative District 10, Mike Sexton, 57, no write-ins. Auditor, Erickson, 30, Friend, 28, Loman, 0, no write-ins. County Sheriff, Republican, Dean Kruger, 56, write-ins 5. Okay, Democratic. Senator, Franken, 0, Graham, 2, Greenfield, 1, Morrow, 0, Wood, 0, no write-ins. Representative, J.D. Schulten, 3, no write-ins. Representative, District 10, no candidate filed, 1 write-in. Auditor, no candidate filed, write-in 0. County Sheriff, no candidate filed, 1 write-in. That takes care of mine.
Okay. I have Avery North Weaver.
Steve, you might as well go if you gotta be out of here.
I
Yeah.
just gotta be out of that can.
Okay.
Well, I know, but
All right, Republican Party Senator Joni Ernst, 8, write-in 0. District 4, Republican Party, Randy Feenstra, 2, Steve King, 8, Stephen Reader, 0, Brett Richards, 0, Jeremy Taylor, 0, write-ins 0. State Representative District 10, Republican, Mike Sexton, 9, write-in 0. County Supervisor District 4, Republican Party, Eric Underberg, 9, write-in 0. County Auditor, Trish Erickson, 4, Chris Friend, 4, Cody Lawman, 1, write-in 0. County Sheriff, Dean Kruger, 8, write-in 0. Okay, now we'll do the Democratic Party. U.S. Senator, Democratic Party, Michael Franken, 0. Kimberly Graham, 0. Teresa Greenfield, 2. Eddie Morrow, 1. Cal Woods, 0, write-ins, 0. District 4, Democrat Party, J.D. Schulten, 2, write-in, 0.
U.S. Representative.
Excuse me, U.S. Representative District 4.
Okay, I'll make sure I get that.
I said that wrong.
That's okay.
Okay, State Representative District 10, no candidate filed, 0 write-ins. County Supervisor District 4, no candidate filed, 0 write-ins. County Auditor, no candidate filed, 0 write-ins. County Sheriff, no candidate filed, 1 write-in. That is the final on that.
Okay.
Now we have Humboldt 3, South Rutland. Republican U.S. Senator Joni Ernst, 81, write-ins, 0.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with it. That's okay.
U.S. Representative District 4, Randy Feenstra, 31, Steve King, 34, Stephen Reeder, 6, Brett Richards, 4, Jeremy Taylor, 9, write-ins, 0. State Representative District 10, Mike Sexton, 78, write-ins, 0. County Auditor, Trish Erickson, 46, Chris Friend, 26, Cody Lawman, 8, write-ins, 0.
Hey, Dave.
County Sheriff, Dean Kruger, 78, write-ins, 1. Okay, we'll switch to the Democrat Party. U.S. Senator, Democrat. Michael Franken, 1. Kimberly Graham, 0. Teresa Greenfield, 13. Eddie Morrow, 2. Cal Woods, 0. Write-ins, 0. U.S. Representative District 4, we have J.D. Schulten, 16. Write-ins, 0. State Representative District 10, no candidate filed, 2 write-ins. County Auditor, no candidate filed, 1 write-in. County Sheriff, no candidate filed, 2 write-ins. That is the total.
I have North Lake, East Vernon. U.S. Senator Joni Ernst, 9, no write-ins. U.S. Representative District 4, Randy Fink, do you need the zeros?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Randy Finster, 0, Steve King, 8, Stephen Reeder, 0, Brett Richards, 0, Jeremy Taylor, 0, write-ins, 0. State Representative District 10, Mike Sexton, 9, write-ins, 0. County Supervisor District 5, Dave Lee, 8, write-in, 0. County Auditor, Trish Erickson, 6, Chris Friend, 0, or excuse me, 2, Cody Lawman, 0, write-in, 0. Republican Sheriff, Dean A. Kruger, 9, write-in, 0. Going back to the same for the Democrats, U.S. Senator Feenstra, 0. Kimberly Grand, 2. Greenfield, 0. Morrow, 0. Cal Woods, 0. Write-ins, 0. U.S. Representative District 4, J.D. Schulten, 2. Write-in, 0. State District 10, no candidate filed, write-ins, 1. County Supervisor, 5, J.D. Myers, 2, write-ins, 0. County Auditor, no candidate filed, no write-ins. County Sheriff, 0, no write-ins for Democrat. This next one is Dakota City and Grove. U.S. Senator Joni Ernst, 33, write-ins, 0. U.S. District 4, Randy Feenstra, 12, Steve King, 18, Stephen Reeder, 0, Brett Richards, 2, Jeremy Taylor, 5, write-ins, 0. District 10, Mike Sexton, 33, write-in, 1. District 5 Supervisor, David Lee, 33, write-ins, 2. County Auditor, Trish Erickson, 19, Chris Friend, 15, Cody Lawman, 3, write-ins, 0. Sheriff, Republican Party, Dean A. Kruger, 33, write-ins, 1. Same party, or same precinct, Democratic Party. Michael Franken, 4, Kimberly Graham, 2, Teresa Greenfield, 6, Eddie Morrow, 1, write-ins, 0.
About Cal Woods.
Cal Woods got a 0, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Democratic Representative District 4, J.D. Schulten, 12, write-ins, 0. Representative District 10, no candidate filed, no write-ins. Supervisor District 5, J.D. Myers, 12, write-ins, 0. County Auditor, no total votes, 2, write-ins, 2. Sheriff, no candidate filed, 2 write-ins.
I get all yours then.
I did them all. I think I did good.
You did good, yeah.
All right, precinct is Humboldt, West Vernon. Republican Party U.S. Senator Joni Ernst, 26, write-ins, 1. U.S. Representative District 4, Randy Feenstra, 11, Steve King, 14, Reeder, 0, Richards, 2, Taylor, 0, write-ins, 0. Republican Party for District 10, State Representative Mike Sexton, 27, write-ins, 0. County Supervisor District 4, Republican Party, Eric Underberg, 25, write-ins, 0. County Auditor, Republican Party, Trish Erickson, 16, Chris Friend, 6, Cody Lawman, 3.
Write-in?
Oh, sorry, write-in, 0. All right. County Sheriff, Republican Party, Dean A. Kruger, 22, write-ins, 3.
I'm gonna hand you, in case you wanna see who all the write-ins are, that's the write-in list.
And then for the Democratic Party, same district.
Center team.
U.S. Senator, Michael Franken, 1. Kimberly Graham, 0. Teresa Greenfield, 2. Eddie Morrow, 0. Cal Wood, 0. Write-ins, 0. Democratic Party, District 4, J.D. Schulten, 3. Write-ins, 0. State Representative, District 10, no candidate, no write-ins. County Supervisor, District 4, no candidate, 0 write-ins. County Auditor, no candidate, no write-ins. Sheriff, no candidate, and no write-ins. All right, absentee only. U.S. Senator, Joni Ernst, 743, write-ins, 11. District 4 Representative, Randy Feenstra, 302, Steve King, 327, Stephen Ryder, 23, Brett Richardson, 74, Jeremy Taylor, 50, write-ins, 5. District 10, Mike Sexton, 735, write-ins, 9. County Supervisor, District 4, Eric Underberg, 94, write-ins, 3. District 5, Supervisor, Dave Lee, 134, write-ins, 6. County Auditor, Trish Erickson, 405, Chris Friend, 318, Cody Lawman, 56, write-ins, 2. Sheriff, Dean A. Kruger, 772, write-ins, 12. Democratic Party, U.S. Senator, Michael Franken, 117, Kimberly Graham, 45, Teresa Greenfield, 207, Eddie Morrow, 51, Cal Wood, 5, write-ins, 1. District, U.S. Representative, District 4, J.D. Schulten, 400, write-ins, 1. State Representative, District 10, no candidate, write-ins, 52. County Supervisor, District 4, no candidate filed, write-ins, 7. County Supervisor, District 5, J.D. Meyer, 59, write-ins, 0. County Auditor, no candidates filed, 42 write-ins. Sheriff, no candidate on file, 47 write-ins. That's it. Thank you.
Bruce has the list of all the write-in people that were written in. I don't know if you want to read them or not read them. You don't have to. You've included them in your scattering. I wanted you to be aware it'd be on file if anybody wanted to see who all got written in.
I don't think there's no need to read them.
No.
We ended up with a 24.8% turnout for our election, which is very good for a primary. We had over, I think we
We
figured
can
with
just
the late...
say 25 and make us feel better, right?
That's right.
I'll do it.
We had 1,253 absentee ballots returned to us, and provisional ballots. So those are the ones that actually were counted election night and then the next day.
Okay.
So, as far as there are no winners, there are people who advance
Yeah.
to the general election. So I will go through, we don't determine the state ones, the state determines all the state offices. So I will just go through our local offices. We send our numbers into the state, they compile the results. So as far as Democratic, I got the Democratic one first. Board of Supervisors, District 4, there were only 7 ballots cast, and could I see that list for just a second? Or maybe Sandy can look.
You can look.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, what's the page?
Look for Board of Supervisors on the Democratic side, which should be a separate page, and it'll tell you who had the most votes there.
You said on the Democratic side,
Yes.
for county auditor?
No, for Board of
District.
Supervisors, District 4.
District.
Oh, district supervisor, okay, I'm sorry. We want the most that there was? Eric Underberg, 3.
Yeah. So what has happened in that case is...
I mean, wait a minute, I was confused.
Yeah, that is confusing.
People write them in on the other side. So in effect, Eric's been elected on the Republican side and also the Democratic side.
Got you.
He has the...
Clean sweep.
He can decline to serve the Republican, or he can decline to serve the Democrat. But right now, that's what we have to determine. who's the winner.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Board of Supervisors, District 5, John D. Myers got 73, so he was the winner, or the one that moves on. As far as county auditor, there was nobody on the Democratic side. There were 42 provisional ballots cast, or absentee ballots cast. Who has the most number there?
On the Democratic side?
Yes, Democratic side for auditor.
Oh, okay. Again, Trish Erickson. I'm sorry, this is confusing. It's
It
Trish
is.
Erickson.
People decide when they go to the poll, sometimes they want to vote for somebody and it's not on their ballot, so that they just write them in.
Right, yeah.
So then, same thing, Trish would have the right to go with either the Democratic Party or go with the Republican Party.
Ah,
Okay?
okay.
County Sheriff, for the Democratic side, there was nobody on the ballot then either.
Okay. Dean Kruger. Hey, I'm catching on to this.
You are. So Dean also would have that same right.
Okay.
Okay, so then we're gonna go to the canvas on the Republican side, get past state offices. Board of Supervisors, District 1 is Eric Underberg with 147. Board of Supervisors, District 5 is David Lee with 183. County Auditor, Trish Erickson with 560.
There was another write-in there that I thought was that Peggy Rice lady, she had quite
Yeah,
a few
I didn't know
write-ins.
I'm surprised that many people wrote me in because I told everybody no.
Oh.
Will you take it if I write you? No. Dean Kruger for sheriff with 1,043. So those are the people who will advance to November.
November.
So we are ready to declare the apparent nominees for the general election.
I'll make a motion to declare the nominees as presented.
I will second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Are we ready to reconvene? I'll make a motion to adjourn as the Board of Canvas.
I'll second.
Reconvene as the Board of Supervisors.
Ruth, Sandy, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Board of Supervisors. There we have it. Thank you. Run through our, you got something? No.
Yeah, this is just for discussion.
Oh, well, let's just run through our committee reports before I lose Dave's note on his report.
All right, committee reports, I just had the LEC last week, on Monday morning. And I guess I had a vote on the computer with HCDA.
I had no official meetings. I did, get a message from Dave that he had been contacted by the woodworking group out here. Through several phone calls, we finally got, Gilmore City's school slash,
Oh,
they're finally together, so they were gonna call Peggy to see when the money that was allocated for them through us would be available, so I said, without putting me in the middle, could you guys just do this so that we don't, I'm not the secretary, so hopefully they're gonna be together, they're gonna have the phone calls made, and they're gonna get, I said, if anybody needs help, I'd be happy to come and help you carry, move, whatever you gotta do, so hopefully we're moving towards getting their playground slash sandbox slash that watering thing done.
right.
Awesome.
That was the biggest thing I heard I accomplished this week, so.
Good work. And thank you for getting Hotsy
Yeah.
cooperation here, so that everybody could hear the discussion and understand the product.
I just thought, you know what, when he was explaining it to me, we were kind of, at least it's something, when I left, I went down and told Dave, I think what we need to do is to go buy 15 sprayers, or whatever the number is, and they're all the same, so that when Peggy's pump up here is empty, she can go down, and Dave says there's 2 sitting here, they're the same color, they aren't green, yellow, red, white.
Don't get confused between hand sanitizer and...
So, he was gonna try to get them for each office, that way he can keep a couple spares. And he was down there trying to save us a little money, and he's figuring out, well, this total for, that Ben said he was gonna get 4,
Yeah, it's gonna get some quarts.
you divide that out by numbers, and Dave said, that's pretty expensive. I said, well, why can't we just take a gallon of ours, give it to Ben, and use it, as opposed to, we've already got, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
So, save a little money, if it works good, then we can go with the bigger volume and...
Because they're not gonna use much
No,
of the second.
they're gonna spray a whole lot down, and besides the fact, why spend that kind of money on, I don't wanna take any commission from Hotsy, but I'd like to see if it works rather than,
Yeah.
so, that was Dave's recommendation, I think is a good one too. So, I'm done.
I had no official meetings last week.
I had on, Monday the 1st, the LEC meeting, and on Tuesday, Dave, and I'll mention Dave's too, Dave and I looked at a tile concern project, so I should, that was on Tuesday, just checked out a concern with one of the contractors. So this is Dave Lee, if you don't mind, he left me a note. So yeah, on Tuesday, we looked at Vernon Section 12, it's kinda right on the edge of where our districts come together, with the contractor. He had the work order, everything's in order, he just said this is a bigger project than I thought, so we took a look at it, he explained it to us, we understood it, and he's gonna move forward with it. So, that was the story on that. For Dave, on Wednesday, the 3rd, in his words, he had to go on meeting.
Oh, that's right, I forgot about my dog.
Yeah, what?
What would you call that, the shelter?
Shelter, I forgot.
Animal shelter board meeting.
Wednesday at 6 o'clock, at the shelter house,
Yeah.
or shelter building they're at.
Yeah,
That's
that was,
moving along pretty good.
Yes, they're getting the cat kennels, they call it cat walls, what they call it.
Huh.
It's
Okay.
like a two-sided aquarium type thing, or cages
yeah.
for the cats. It's just coming along.
Good.
So Dave and Rick
Close.
had that animal shelter meeting on Wednesday. And then Dave, on Thursday the 4th, he had, it's the Boone River Watershed Organization, webinar that he attended, and he said that Ben listened in on that as well. So he listened to that, teleconference, webinar, Zoom, whatever it was, on Thursday the 4th. And that's Dave's committee reports. So, those covered.
Okay, I got just a little something here for discussion. This is from the IDDA, it's our dues for our drainage districts. There's no changes in them, they're exactly what they were last year. It is, currently we take it out of the general budget, some counties divide it out by the drainage district. But pretty much all of our county is in a drainage district
Right.
at some point or another.
Most of it.
And the ones that aren't, These are county roads that are in drainage districts. So we've always done it in the past, because it would take a ton of paperwork to sort it out at 1.25 cents per acre. Divvy it out, especially when you look at some of these drainage districts that go into small towns, so.
So your recommendation is just
Just
leave it the
leave
way
it like we
it is?
always have.
How much are the dues on that?
$11,730.
That's a yearly due?
That's a yearly due, that covers our, use of Doug Strike, and John Tolbert as our lobbyist down in Des Moines.
No, and that's,
Put that in like next week's agenda to...
No, we don't have to
We don't have
prove it
to
or
do anything,
nothing, she just wanted to make sure
Let
that
us
if
know.
there's anything we wanted to change, we would change it.
and it's been paid
Previously,
generally, basically, for some time, just as a county expense.
yes, it is, since we've been in this organization, it has always been paid this way.
That's fine.
I think it's a good idea.
I was gonna mention, some counties spread it out, but,
No, if you had two districts, maybe so.
yeah, and there is some of the organizations that are that way.
I don't know what percentage it is, but it's high, that the county is a drainage district. There is a few pockets that are not.
Yeah,
Most are.
but they do drag our gravel roads that are part of the drainage district, so they do give...
And it's such a minuscule amount,
Yeah.
that it's easier to just do it this way.
Yeah.
It makes more sense.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Someone will need to okay that bill, so we can pay it.
Okay, I will.
Doesn't matter who, just...
Write it down. Just, heads up to, Dave, and I'm aware of this, but Dave had the conversation, it was just on, for ditch clean out work. Typically, they clean out the ditch, go back when the spoils are dry, level off the spoils, clean up the debris. And there's one bill here that there was a little, I would say contentious, but the project itself was. Last year, and that was all straightened out with the work order business and that, but then the contractor did come back in this spring. They did do a good job of leveling the dirt. They did have a bunch of rocks to pick up, and, of course, Dave was aware of it, and, he had the conversation. He said, it isn't as much the cleanup, it's the fact that going back, reminding him, you had a little issue with overstepping your work order. He had a work order, went a little further than he should have in the clean-out project, obviously resulting in more area to clean up, but I asked Dave specifically, that he told me he had that conversation, he said it was fine, he said the bill can be paid, and the contractor's aware to follow the protocol stricter in the future, and he has been. So, that's this bill right here that I'll sign, that's for the cleanup of the, DD 33.
33.
Portion of the ditch in DD 33. Clean out and clean up. This is cleanup part, the cleanup, or the cleanup work has been paid. So any questions on that? Just wanna make sure that, I think it's been squared away. I think everybody's on the same page now. So that's that one.
Yeah, I was out and looked at what Rick Peterson's doing in District 10, doing a nice job. He's across the blacktop, or the white top, heading north.
Is there much water
No.
out there, so
No.
he's not really slowed down?
Nope, the water hasn't been bad, it come up, but it went right back down. So, I still think we need maybe in the future, looking at cleaning up some of those trees along the outlets.
Yes.
If we can.
Yeah.
Even if we cleaned up one side of the trees, then we could kinda go back in and keep it cleaner. 'Cause
Yes.
It's just, every time...
Well, every year they get one more year of growth, it's one more
Yeah,
year.
Then when the wind blows, the branch falls in, and then it starts catching stuff, and it acts as a dam, and...
Right.
I agree.
People like their trees.
One other thing, and this was just, say Dave and I looked at that tile concern, kinda like Sandy and I did with the contractor, that this is a little bigger deal. It was quite a deal, two tiles coming together and so on and so forth. And then with that same contractor, we did go look at DD 5 ditch, because if you remember way back when, that is a shorter ditch does need some attention. Lower part touched up, upper part cleaned out, but it's not a real, it's probably one of the shorter ditches in the county. And we just showed the contractor, he had been contacted, he said, could we go look at that, so I kinda understand it. I think what's gonna happen is, somewhere down the line, we will get an estimate for that ditch maintenance. Because if you go look at it, you can see it definitely needs some maintenance. In regards to doing it without going through the whole process, because it's just basically a ditch cleanout. He looked at it and he was
Yeah.
agreeable. I talked to, well, you mentioned Peterson's are cleaning on 10. They said the same thing. If you have a reputable ditch cleaning contractor, and there is some around, then they understand what needs to be done, and they can give you a bid on an estimate, what it will take to do it. You don't need to go through the whole process of, because the fee to the landowners and the district, they're gonna eat, a lot of that's gonna get eaten up if you involve an engineer to go out and engineer the project. They're spending a lot of money, and the contractors say, we're cleaning the ditch, we know what we're doing, so. We got to start on that, at least one contractor has looked at it. You asked if we could look at it.
I think that's fine as long as we keep an eye on that they stay within the parameters of...
Right.
Yeah, and they aren't 3 miles down the...
No, and that's, everything that they would do is
Right.
laid out before they would do it.
Right, that's what I'm
Obviously.
saying, as long as we keep an eye on that this, you were gonna stop here, I understand 50 feet extra is 50 feet, but...
But no, that, and this was why the contractors look at it, said, we would like, you know, you look at this, you bring an estimate into, okay, this is, here's what I'm gonna do, this is about an estimate of what it's gonna cost.
Right.
Versus bid letting and expense, because all that expense the district pays.
Right,
So,
I understand.
we just took, you know, it was just a look at it deal. He had been contacted earlier, and he said, could we look at that? And he says, okay. I said, I see this, and he said, I'll get you some numbers down the road. So,
Perfect.
that was just kind of in conjunction, because we were not too terribly far from it, and we went and looked at it.
Awesome.
That was a good start on that.
Appreciate you guys doing that.
So that, no, that worked out really good that day. So, anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Thank you.
Do you have anything?
Anything? Oh, Peggy has something.
She'd like to...
Whole bunch of things.
Uh-oh.
Denise Ballard sent some information on,
Updating?
Oh, no, that health
well,
program.
this one says the group Medicare supplement benefit offering is very close to being rolled out. We're working closely with Walmart to have this available to our employees beginning July 1st. This is a voluntary program, and your group is not required to participate, but the services are available for those that want to offer retiring employees this option. And I guess I wasn't aware of this. We will be reaching out in the coming weeks to finalize with each group. And then there's a pamphlet in here. It's just benefits for retiring employees.
Not that I'm thinking about retiring, but...
There also
Somebody else would be.
there also is another one here on the one you were, the Naturally Slim.
Oh.
She said they sent us a video. I don't remember seeing that, but maybe I did. That was the first part of April. They're preparing to start the application process for the first wave of employees. If we're interested in offering, they have to let them know by today. So Rick knows about that program.
I think we
He can
discussed that,
discuss that
we
with you.
weren't
We looked at it.
interested in that.
Yeah, we did, I thought we did talk about that. Did you see that?
While Rick's looking through those solutions, has had several requests from other counties wondering about a 5-year contract to sign with them instead of an every year, 1-year contract. They're asking other counties if they are interested. We need to let them know by the first part of this week if we want a 5-year contract rather than a 1-year contract.
Is it cheaper to do a 5-year versus a 1-year?
He doesn't say that. My thought is that maybe some people are just tired of doing it every year. But then you gotta remember, of course, Solutions will remember every 5 years and remind you. But,
I think they do a good job, but yet, I don't know if you wanna tie yourself down to 5 years.
No, but if you have the ability to know that they,
Cost isn't gonna go up.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it's a locked-in fee.
Yeah, we need to find out on that, the
I was
fee
just
part of it.
asking that question is, are you guys willing to say that for 5 years your service is gonna be right here? We know that they've done
A good job.
a good job for us. How many years have they done it?
Since, wow, I'm trying to think when we switched over. We've been with them probably 20 years.
So, in my opinion, 20 years, and you're gonna keep your, we got
Yeah.
5 years
Yeah, if they
extension
lock
out
in the
here.
rate or something.
Yeah.
Well, we can lock a rate, yeah, that's a different thing, but if it doesn't have anything to do with cost,
Right.
I don't know.
I'm just asking that, Peggy. Are you willing to tell us for 5 years you're gonna be,
Using this
maybe
rate.
it's a 1% or whatever rate they, I know, see what their
What,
thoughts
put
are.
it this way, what's the benefit to us?
Yes, going 5, yeah.
Going with a lock-in.
Okay. I still have Solutions working on, I talked to Greg about a letter to us about how secure our system is. And he was explaining to me on the phone how very difficult it is to, what he calls, lock down the system. He said, we can totally lock down the system if you want to. But say like through COVID-19, when I was looking for hand sanitizer and masks and things we needed for the courthouse, I wouldn't be able to go out and search for those on the internet because that would be locked down. He said, he can definitely do what you want him to do, but it comes with a cost of other things. So, I don't know how it would affect, now that we don't have a local store that has office supplies, I order most of our stuff through Office Max online. It may not let me have access to that site. So anyway, he's still working on that letter, and he promised to get something out to me so I can share it with you guys.
Okay.
Now, where I've worked in the past, what they would do is they would lock down to so many users. Like, the department heads would have more access. It's like the employees could not do a full computer search, different things, but I could go in and I could do certain searches. So they should be able to lock it down by user, Peggy, to let you, maybe the department heads open to be able to do more searching. They should be able to do that.
Okay. And if I'm busy and I don't have time to do it, I can't tell one of my staff to search because they're not locked down.
Right.
Little tweaks in the system.
Right. You just gotta figure who you want to have certain authorities for.
Okay. So we'll hold on to that. Cost advisory services, that does our contracts for, cost allocation plan with DHS, we get, money back. They want to switch to a 3-year contract, which would cover from 2020 to 2022, instead of just a 1-year contract. So, this is their contract. I guess this is the new thing, maybe businesses are going to extend the contract.
Probably saves paperwork and time.
Yeah. And if they keep everybody on the same rotating schedule, I guess it's just everybody renews at this time, and everybody renews at this time. And if they're kind enough to let us know, because there's no way we could remember.
No, I know, geez, how many years ago was that?
Yeah, but this year, next year.
Peggy, I'm not throwing you under the bus, I hope. My question for this, for retiree people, and being we haven't been able to change your mind, I guess my question would be, what would your thoughts be if you look at this, because you're gonna be in that situation here next year?
I haven't had time to review.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but I'm just asking, would there be a possibility that, do we have any other people that are gonna be stepping away?
We have Dave retiring.
Dave's retiring. I guess my question is...
There's been talk of possibly someone else,
Right?
but I can't really say.
I understand that, but I guess my question is I don't, for me, or for Rick, or Eric, I just wondered how do we know if we should be looking at this, if this is a good thing? I don't really...
If it's something we should have Denise maybe get on the phone.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Yeah, 'cause I don't think,
Yeah.
You're the insurance guy.
This is something new.
This isn't something you've seen before?
No,
I hadn't.
no, and this is from Blue Cross Blue Shield. This isn't being promoted from Three Rivers.
Right.
Okay.
This has come from Blue
This
Cross.
is coming
That's
from...
what
This is like a supplemental.
Yeah, it is a supplement.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just have Denise,
She's the one that gets us up to speed on,
that's what I would do too.
I would.
Just invite her and say, whatever, it doesn't have to be next week, but
Yeah.
at least give us an insight.
it'd probably be easier to understand it, then we might have more, informed questions.
Put it back in our terms.
We might be able
Have somebody
to
explain it in English.
formulate more informed questions then, because
Yeah.
I don't know even where to start right now.
Yeah.
And I just keep looking at Rick, because he goes to the insurance meeting, but this is not...
Yeah,
something
no,
we
this
know.
is nothing we've talked about. This is
Awesome.
something I've seen for the first time.
What did
That's-
you think about the other one? I'll have the Wellmark people speak. Do you want Denise to speak on that Naturally Slim or not, or?
I don't
I
think
think we
so.
want to
We've
wait.
discussed it that,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say we discussed it. We talked about it before, and I don't... think-
That one we did.
Okay,
I
so I can
remember
let her
that.
know you're not interested
Yeah.
in that one,
Yeah.
okay.
And
We didn't
Diane,
think it would fly.
no, Diane and them thought it was a lot of money for what you're getting.
Well,
Basically, it's kinda like you shouldn't smoke cigarettes.
But we're gonna
And we're gonna charge
charge you to tell you that, yes.
Okay.
Everybody knows you're not supposed to be fat.
So we'll charge you to tell you that.
But do
But,
what,
you know, somebody, some of us like ours.
yeah.
So, yeah, but I guess, in all fairness, the sooner that you could get her to have the explanation,
Yeah.
that would be good. I think Bruce is on the right track, so we understand what we're
Well, we hear it from her, it's more common sense. than
Yeah,
that.
she explains.
I read it, and I read it one way, and then you read it, and you read it another way, then we're...
And if no one has any particular knowledge of it, we should get it firsthand from her.
And it's something that people need when they do get to
Yes.
that age.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce, you're absolutely on the right track. with
I
that.
like the idea that we give them the best option that they have when they, after they've served the county for
Yes.
however long.
46 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like you, I thought if that was their anniversary, and then we just didn't know here, like,
That's, yeah.
that's a long time.
That is a long time.
And,
Well,
so,
I think that's a great idea, Peggy. Hopefully it's whenever you can get Denise scheduled, that'd be awesome.
To the phone conference.
I will need you to sign, front page of
All
the
those?
canvas book. The abstracts, if you could stick around for just a few minutes.
This is all of
It
the,
wouldn't let me change the dates on the abstract, it kept saying, I was trying to run them off Friday, I tried them again yesterday, and it said Sunday, so it must not let me change the date till Monday, otherwise I have to white out everything and then take it back to typewriter and type it up. So if I could run them out,
Yep, it won't take very long,
Yep.
but I just wanted to...
So we're signing this front page?
Yeah.
right
He
here?
will be the top line, and then...
Work our way around. Okay.
That's all I have.
make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?